in this video, I'm going to show you how to use safety frames to ask better questions to get your prospects to move forward in a sales conversation. Let me show you exactly how this works. I've always been about simplicity in sales. I only believe there's three parts to a sales conversation. You have the open, you have the discovery, and then you have the close. If you were to look at the objectives in each part of the call, this is all you're trying to do. In the first opening of the call, all you want the prospect to say is, I like this person. And then when you move into discovery, you want the prospect to say, I trust this person. And then when you get into the close, you want the prospect to say, I believe this person. Because at the end of the day, if the prospect believes you, they're gonna also believe that you can help. And they're also gonna believe that you wanna help. And if they believe you can and you want to help, guess what they're gonna do? They're going to buy. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to a belief. Does the prospect believe that you actually can deliver what you say you can deliver? And this is how we move them through the process. Because look, if they don't like you, they're never going to trust you. And if they don't trust you, they're never going to believe you. So when we open the call, we need them to like us. But what I want to focus on today is the discovery portion of the call when you're asking questions. Because as you ask questions, your whole goal here is just to get the prospect to trust that you're out for their best interests. And the way we're going to do that is by making the prospect feel safe. Okay? Safety first. Always remember this. Safety first in every single sales call. As humans, we are built to see danger everywhere we go. It's hardwired into our DNA. So as soon as the prospect's in the discovery and they say, you know what, something seems off. As soon as safety alarms go off and you're no longer on their side, this happens subconsciously, by the way. It doesn't matter how hard you try to close that call, you'll never do it because the prospect simply does not trust you. It's all subconscious. This is exactly how you're gonna get them to trust you. You're gonna add safety frames, okay? It's called a safety frame, okay? And how these work is as follows. See, I could go right now and ask John, I'd be like, hey John, quick question. Do you have anybody else that's gonna be involved in your business, maybe like a spouse or a business partner by chance? I could ask the question like that, and yeah, you know what? Okay, I'm trying to qualify John to see if he has a business partner or spouse. It could throw off John's alarms though, because I didn't give him a reason for asking the question. So what a safety frame does is it positions your question and gives it a reason for asking it. So for example, what I could do when asking about spouse or business, I could frame it like this. Hey, you know what, John? Just so I have some clarity about what you're trying to accomplish right now, is there anybody else, John, that's involved in the business with you? Maybe like a business partner or spouse by chance? Do you see how that works, guys? What I did is I said, hey, John, just so I have some clarity about what you're trying to accomplish, which, by the way, is a frame. That's a safety frame. It gives John a reason of why I asked the question. And then I asked him about the business partner or spouse. You can do this with every question you ask, guys, right? Anything that's gonna be a little bit intrusive, anything that might set the alarms off in a prospect, you're gonna add a safety frame. So for example, hey, you know what, John? How much money do you make right now in your current role at your current job? I could say that, but it could throw John off a bit, right? Like,
Why is he asking this? I don't want to tell this guy. That's a pretty invasive question.
but I could say something like this. Hey, John, you know what? Just so I can best support you on the call right now, John, what would you say your monthly income right now is at your current role at your job? Right? So, did you see how that worked, guys? I added a safety frame. I said, hey, John, just so I can better understand. Hey, John, just so I can best support you. Hey, John, just so I have clarity. Hey, John, just so I understand the situation. Do you see, guys, how those frames, I'm framing that question to give John safety. To say, hey, John, I'm only asking this because I want to support you, I want to help you, I want to get clarity around what you're looking for, and boom, then I go into the question. This, guys, right here, these safety frames will save you loads and loads of no's and maybes. Right? Because what you're gonna do throughout the entire discovery process is you're gonna build more trust. And the trust is gonna be built off the prospect feeling safe. They need to feel safe. Let me give you another example, right? Maybe you're getting down into a portion of the call. Maybe you're selling weight loss, for example. And you could say something like, hey, you know what, Mary? You know, how does it feel, Mary, carrying around that extra 20 pounds of weight every day? Or, hey, Mary, how does that extra 20 pounds of weight affect your life? I can say that, right? But it's an invasive question, right? It's kind of like an intruding question. So what I want to do is I'm going to add a safety frame. A safety frame could be like this. Hey, Mary, just so I have a good understanding of how you feel right now, how does that extra 20 pounds of weight impact your daily life, right? You see that, guys? Just so I have a better understanding, Mary, of how you feel right now, how does that extra 20 pounds of weight impact your life? Guys, I'm telling you right now, it seems like maybe it's nonchalant, But those safety frames mean everything when you are asking questions. The better you become at these safety frames, the better the answers you're gonna get, because the prospect is not gonna feel like, uh-oh, alarms are going off, I shouldn't give him this information. He's asking this because he wants to, dive into my pain. He wants to position something later. No, I'm asking by setting the frame, just so I can X. So I can have better clarity around why, just so I can best support you. Hey, Mary, just so I understand what your current situation looks like, right? Boom, boom, boom. Now, guys, you're gonna get deeper rapport with the prospect. You're gonna make them feel like you're on their side, which you are. But the reason you add these is not to manipulate, you add them to get better information from the prospect. I'm telling you right now, guys, add these safety frames into your conversation. You're gonna see your close rate skyrocket, your rapport is gonna go way up, and you're gonna have more fun on the call because Mary's gonna feel like you're gonna feel like you're in tune with Mary. Everything you're saying, she's jiving with. Hey, you know what? Rich is a pretty cool guy. It's all subconscious, guys. Use these, you're gonna close more deals. All right, with that being said, I hope you guys are inside the Closers Network. If you're not, the link's in the description, guys. It's completely free. We have over almost 5,000 members inside. We go live 5 days a week with sales training. Everything you need to crush sales, remote sales, land better opportunities, links down below. Hey, also leave a comment how I can best support you in your sales journey. All right, Rich, out.